Thank you, Madam Chair. You know, when I go home and I listen to my constituents, I often hear, why can't Congress be a little bit more bipartisan? And I always point out that as a member on the House Agriculture Committee and the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, these historically have been two of the most bipartisan committees in Congress. Now, there's certainly complicated reasons why there's not more bipartisanship, but our constituents' message is pretty clear. They want us to work together to solve America's problems. And I'm sure that all of us here participating in this markup today hear that very same message. And of course, one of the problems they want to see fixed is our country's wastewater infrastructure. As the chairman said, the American Society of Civil Engineers has given our wastewater infrastructure a grade of D+. Our cities, towns, and states are contending with aging wastewater infrastructure, all the while grappling with all the requirements of the Clean Water Act. Many of the programs in this bill haven't been authorized in years. In fact, the Clean Water State Revolving Loan Fund hasn't been authorized in almost 30 years. However, it is still one of the best avenues for states and localities to address critical water infrastructure needs. Communities throughout the country face a number of challenges to addressing their clean water infrastructure issues. These include dwindling local budgets, access to independent financing, and mounting regulatory burdens. And unfortunately, I'm afraid that today's bill is a missed opportunity on that front. In the last Congress, we came to an agreement on a way to move forward on clean water infrastructure. That bill authorized a realistic level of funding, provided necessary regulatory relief, and took care of our small and rural communities. We moved that legislation with overwhelming bipartisan support. Overwhelming. We have also seen our colleagues in the Senate embrace a bipartisan approach, passing a water infrastructure bill a few weeks ago by a vote of 89-2. That bill contained funding levels similar to those this committee agreed to last Congress, as opposed to the enormous, unrealistic amounts being pushed by the majority here today. And looking at the Senate's actions this year and the agreement we reached last Congress, there is obviously plenty of precedent for bipartisanship on clean water infrastructure. We have a rare opportunity here to show the American people that we can work together. But unfortunately, by abandoning our bipartisan agreement and choosing partisanship, I fear the majority has squandered this opportunity. As we all know, a bird in hand is always better than two or three in the bush. And I might add that the President issued a statement in support of the Senate's efforts on their very bipartisan bill. For these reasons, I urge my colleagues to oppose this legislation, and I yield back the balance of my time.